we got some updates with everything going on in Ukraine, but not the typical overview stuff. Let's get into some specifics. Shocking, but not really. Sean Penn made his way over to the Ukraine-Poland border. He's filming a documentary about Russia's invasion. 61 years old now. He tweeted that he and two colleagues abandoned their car on the side of the road and are walking miles to the Polish border. Penn is wearing a backpack. He's got a wheeled suitcase. He shared the photo of these long lines of cars. We're looking at the picture now. He was photographed in Kyiv last Thursday attending a press briefing about the conflict. A source confirmed to Yahoo Entertainment he's making a doc. The Untitled project is a Vice Studios production in association with Vice World News, and he's over there doing his Sean Penn thing.
I'm unclear on this, but I think he was there.
What do you
I
mean?
don't think he went there.
He's back now.
Is there any way you mean?
No, he was there. He didn't go there.
He was filming, and then all this stuff
Oh, he
started.
was already there. I see.
I think.
Interesting.
Because I'd heard he was there like a week and a half ago, and then Mike August said, "Did you hear Sean Penn went to Ukraine?" Now, I don't think you can go to Ukraine.
Well, you're probably staying if you go.
Well, you're staying, but you can't go once it's on.
Right.
So I don't think he went once it was on. I think he was there.
So what do we think he was doing?
Shooting a doc there.
That had nothing to do with the
Yeah, they may have shifted the subject matter
Well, that's a doc.
bit. Yeah, but maybe
you think
Chris
it's about one thing?
can find out. But
I'd love to know.
I think he was there shooting.
Wow. That's
a romantic comedy. And then
a humorous romp.
Yes.
Fascinating. Okay, I would love. Can we? Yeah, if August has more info.
I mean, I love the fact that he's eager for the fray and rushing into the fire when everyone else is running out. But there was probably a really miniature window that you could have gone to the Ukraine
from LAX
once it was on, or once the troops started to amass.
Totally agreed.
You're shooting Mr. Quiver, too.
Well, let's talk about who went back and who stayed. I believe Cheramovsky, the Dancing with the Stars dancer, he's out. He's in Poland. But Ukrainian boxer Vasyl Lemachenko,
Oh, Lemonchenko.
Are you familiar?
Sure.
He's a former champ and Olympic gold medalist. He's traded the gloves for a rifle. He's there. He joins fellow countrymen boxers Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko, who also joined the fight. And MMA welterweight champ Yaroslav Almasov, he announced that he sent his family to a safe place, but he's staying back to fight. So I'm talking like fatigues, like they're fighting.
We're all tired, Gina. I get it.
At least Lemachenko.
Everyone wants to stand.
I know. I get
feel
it.
you.
Yeah.
But really stick to the story.
Yeah.
And a little less of personal sentiment. So it's funny. I was just thinking, like, there's no way Floyd Mayweather would not do this. I think he'd be in Canada.
I think the last time this happened was Elvis. Or at least that was just the movie.
Well, he got drafted.
Oh, that's right. He didn't even,
And so, I was kind of thinking about that because I don't know, like, who would hang behind?
Well, if we were being invaded on our soil, I'd like to think we'd be surprised at that list. Mm-hmm. I'd like to think.
Mm. Yeah, but then you're also, you can't have to think about it. So, sort of spiritually. Okay. I'll bet you there are many places that have not done as much good as we have done globally in our existence, but they don't have their version of Alyssa fucking Milano, who's sitting there talking about how racist everything is and like oppressive everything is and like how the haves and the have-nots and the divides and what we do to this group and what we do to women. We got a lot of that in this country. These other countries, they're kind of on the same page. Sometimes they don't even deserve as much pride as they have. But it kind of seems like the ones that deserve it the least do have the most national pride. And so you wonder here with half the country always talking about what a horrible, systemic, oppressive, whatever we're in, if that wouldn't be like, oh, fuck it, we're going to Mexico.
That's a good point. Headed for the Canadian border. Yeah.
Or Canada.
Yeah,
oh, no,
right.
Canada. Fuck, I wouldn't want to live in Canada now.
It's your octagons and safe spaces theory, right? For every Alyssa Milano, there's Toby Keith is an outdated example, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk Hogan on the front lines would
Be sweet.
I mean,
I think he's a real American.
He is
Fight
a real
for the right
American.
of every man.
We have the Sean Penn info, according to
Yes.
Chris.
So he went there in November. He last went there in November because he was doing a documentary on the Russia versus Ukraine,
What did he know?
and the consequences of Russian aggression.
He's got a seat on that Bezos
Yeah,
rocket
that's what I was
ship. I'll
saying.
tell you
Yeah.
that right now.
So he went to visit the military in November.
Wow. Has he been there since November? He's just been there the last 4 months?
It just says his last visit was Ukraine, so I imagine he
Interesting.
left and came back.
Wow.
I know, I mean, maybe it's not the right time, but he's got a pretty sweet pad in Malibu. And we've had him on the
No,
show.
it's going to no use right now.
And I'm just saying, you're kind of
Empty.
held up there, and
Yeah.
pots need watering. You know what I mean? Cats need feeding.
That's right. Someone's got to pay the landscaper.
I am a carpenter, too. I
Right.
think the last time I interviewed him, he was talking about doing some carpentry stuff. I'll
It could
put
be
a
home by the time he gets back.
piece of fucking crown
Yeah,
molding
absolutely.
as a little, like, welcome home gift.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
put
great
it out
idea.
there. Just saying.
Universal take area.
Yeah, don't be pushy.
He needed the Malibu spot when he was heading up all the COVID testing sites.
That's right.
But we're over that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, it's not just people.
How would you like to sit next to Sean Penn at a dinner party? Like, could you imagine my dad sitting next to Sean Penn? And Sean Penn's like, I was in the French Quarter, made a paddle out of a shotgun, was keeping the peace, and then I went into to Ukraine, and I was shooting a doc, and then I was doing COVID testing.
War torn.
Yeah, and my dad would be like, I discovered there's two kinds of strudel.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of the flugelhorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello?
Hi, Dad. Don't sit next to Sean Penn.
Oh, great.
Sorry.
Well, let's talk about other ways.
Oh, he
people
hung
are
out with El
helping.
Chapo? Chris
Oh
forgot
my
about that.
God.
There is a sweet spot, though, of how long you'd want to hang out with Sean Penn. Like dinner party, 90 minutes, 2 hours. Get a lot of stories, a lot of insight. Run like a international flight next to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, you get some shut eye, watch a movie. Let's talk about the other ways people are helping. A Ukrainian government agency.
You know, he'd be in the bathroom vaping his head off, come back and you'd smell it on him, you know.
smells like
Smells like blueberry.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Adam, this next story you might want to get involved with because they have a kick-ass traffic road sign czar that I think you'll appreciate. Actually doing something for the war effort. A Ukrainian government agency responsible for the country's road systems is trolling the Russian troops everywhere they go. So instead, they've taken down all the signs that tell you, 25 kilometers to Kyiv or whatever. They've taken all those signs so they confuse the troops. The Russian troops don't know where they are. They don't know
They don't
where
have
to go.
ways?
Did you see the tanks that they were in from the Soviet era?
Yeah, like from the 50s.
Yeah. So instead, a lot of the signs say "Go fuck yourself" in Ukrainian. One of them says, we're looking at one. There's one with Putin with a slash through him. An arm of Ukraine's Ministry of Infrastructure said this in a Facebook post. The enemy has poor communications. They cannot navigate the terrain. Let us help them go straight to hell. Workers removed the traffic signs. They put up all these different messages. Go fuck yourself again, and then go fuck yourself back to Russia. The traffic tactic has been backed by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense.
3 billboards. Yeah.
Which called on civilians.
Didn't we should have just send Mayor Garcetti out there and just take care of the traffic problem, Mayor. And it would be like, can do.
You are the traffic.
Yeah. Get Newsom over there.
That's right.
But don't tell them there's a war. Just go, I got a traffic problem. We need your giant
That's a
brain
great
King of the
to
traffic.
solve
Yeah.
this
That's a great
problem.
SNL sketch. And send them over like, yeah, you got to solve this problem. Wink, wink.
And all these homeless guys wearing camouflage. So take care of it.
One more. Let's just talk about the other ways people are getting involved. We know there's sanctions and there's banks and we get all that. Disney.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
I've seen way too much footage of patriotic bar owners out here in United States
dumping out their vodka.
Yeah, replacing it with Ukrainian vodka.
First off, you want to be as bad as them? Because that's something they would do.
Yeah, we go high.
That's right.
Yeah.
Number one, you already bought the vodka.
Yeah, so you're not teaching anybody a lesson. Same as-
Yeah, what's the
You
point?
built them a war chest made of Stoli.
Yeah.
right.
They've already done it.
Yeah.
Fermented potatoes.
Now you're paying twice.
Yeah.
Distilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, don't buy any new Russian
Right.
vodka.
We can all agree on that.
This guy, oh man, fucking someone buy Tito's stock?
Seriously.
Made in Texas?
Yeah.
I mean, they're dumping out all the Smirnoff.
Yeah.
USA.
Well, we're dumb. Remember when Corona beer stock went down during
Oh, right.
coronavirus?
Oh, big time.
So we get on board with that shit quick.
So yeah, they're dumping out the vodka,
Yeah.
and it breaks
Solidarity.
breaks my liver to have to watch them just dumping. Like I literally stand up and go, "Come on!" Now I was thinking I would just make like 9 martinis and then fill it with tap water, and then just go get the CNN news crew
Yeah,
out there
right.
and go, it's just.
Got a good shot of this.
And then they'd go, light it on fire. And I'd be like, no, it's good. We're good.
County codes.
We're in a drought zone. Come on now. Use your head.
Adam Carolla, humanitarian.
Dumping vodka. Make a Molotov cocktail. I would be not effective
There's
unless
wildfires going on.
the
Yeah,
tank
that's not
was
safe.
dirty. Sorry.
Well, Disney and other studios are doing their part. They say they're halting all theatrical releases in Russia because of the unprovoked invasion. And I thought the same thing, like that'll show them. But like everyone's doing what they do in their industry, they're saying we're taking it away from you.
Oh no, Doctor Strange is not coming out of my country. I'm
right.
so sad right now.
Warner Brothers not releasing The Batman.
Oh,
In
the
Russia?
Batman.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They're starved for entertainment and they can't leave.
Well,
Well, all right. They don't have traditional entertainment, but they can turn on the TV every night and see like a post office get lit up by a
right.
MiG.
They
You know what I mean? Like,
Government
real.
TV,
We
sure.
don't need your Michael Bay. We do our own.
Do your own. It's
we
real
do it
life.
every day.
Everyone's a stuntman in Russia.
yeah.
Well said. Well, let's move on to something that Adam might find even sadder. Remember when we talked about that cargo ship near the Azores that had a fire and all the cars?
Porsches and the Bentleys.
It went down to the briny deep. It has
Oh,
officially
man.
sunk. The Portuguese Navy confirmed that it sank in a location outside Portugal's territory waters, 2 miles deep. Fox News reports that approximately 4,000 cars, primarily from Volkswagen Group brands, so I guess that's the umbrella company, which I didn't realize,
Yeah, it covers
included
Porsche and
Porsche and
Bentley.
Lamborghini.
Oh,
on
I
board.
forgot Lambos are on there.
From Germany to U.S. Yeah, they don't know why yet, but thanks everybody with your electric cars. They think it might have been a bad battery from an electric
I
vehicle.
fucking knew it.
Yeah. Several customers had posted to social media that they've been informed their cars were on board and they will have to wait for a rescheduled shipment.
Well, you know, a fair amount of those cars are ordered custom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get the Alcantara headliner, you get the thing, you get the, you know, especially Porsches, because people have figured out, you know, normally when you order, when you buy a supercar, you know, you could buy a Rolls Royce for 400 grand, and then 5 years later it's worth 200 grand, and at some point it'll dip way down. Like that's just, they just
like a
depreciate.
regular car. The second you drive it off the lot.
They depreciate
Yeah.
like shit. But Porsches, if you order the right GT3 cup car, whatever, and you get the add-on, the track package and the radio delete and whatever shit they're doing, you can get that car you got to get in line. But if you can get that car for $250, it'll be $600 in 6-7 years. And people have kind of figured that out. So like a lot of those cars, people will custom order with all the sort of stuff that's going to make them more valuable.
Right.
That you can you can't, it's hard to pitch to your wife, I want to spend 250 grand on a car, but it's a lot easier to pitch it if you're going to be worth
An investment.
675
Right.
in 7 years.
Right.
this is why Adam's always like, I heard exotic cars.
That's right.
It was John Cena. What was his deal when it was like breach of contract? You're not supposed to sell the
Ford or
car.
some shit?
Yeah, he had, there's a Ford GT. That's a Ford GT.
Okay.
So you had to send Ford a letter and explain to them why you should own this car. You were vetted.
Jesus. It's like a 5-paragraph theme in high school.
Because the car's sticker was, $550 to $650. I think I saw one on Bring a Trailer for like 1.3. It's only been 3 or 4 years. So Ford knows. So does John Cena.
Right.
So does everyone waiting in line. That's why they write letters saying why I should get the car. Ford knows if you do get the car for $600K. I don't know what the sticker was on that. You can
It was
check.
500.
I say, it's 500, but people put the carbon fiber and the whatever and the commemorative paint and whatever. They can get them up to $600 or $650 or whatever. Now, do you want to pay the extra $50,000 for the Le Mans commemorative paint? Yes, you do, because now the ones that are going for 1.1, yours in your Gulf livery is going for 1.5. So pay the extra $50. That's what I'm saying. So,
but you're not allowed to flip it.
Well, they knew people would flip it. And if you flipped it immediately, you just pay $550, sell it for $675, put $125 in your pocket, and walk away.
Right.
But they said, no, you got to wait 2 years. So now you're seeing them come up, and they're like 1.4 now. How much is there one on Bring a Trailer now that's up to that?
I'll look, but John Cena the selection
he got in trouble because he bought one and wanted to sell it.
Right.
Yeah, the selection process includes evaluating the potential buyer's interest in cars, ownership of other high-end vehicles, and their social reach.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Ew.
I know.
Yeah.
Social
That's
reach
so
for cars.
lame.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like we hear about that now. Like, I've lost broadcasting morning shows because somebody who's never done broadcasting has 1 million followers. I mean, that is what people care about. And now these are your people, the middle-aged dudes. Give a shit how many followers you have.
It's the new world order.
That's so
Gross.
crazy.
So is there one up at 1.314? Or am I making that up?
I'm still looking. Sorry, but John Cena sold his for 1.54.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, and that was you're supposed to wait 24 months, and he waited. Let's see, he didn't even wait. He waited about a month, and with only 30 miles on it.
Jesus.
So was it because it was his car that he sold it for double?
Also, it was all over the news and everything
Right.
too.
That's weird. Normally, the celebrity, well, he's in Fast and Furious.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you have to have some connection to the car world. So
Right.
the car world is weird. They don't. Paul McCartney's Ferrari doesn't really get any more than anyone else's Ferrari, but Steve McQueen's
Right.
Ferrari would get tenfold more. So they kind of need you in the car world. Cena's got
Adjacent
toe in
kinda.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
car adjacent. But
Yeah.
so you'd write an Ask Kissy letter too if you thought you could buy
Dear
a car for
Ford.
$525 and it'd be
Yeah.
worth $1.5 in a few years.
That's
Yeah.
so weird, the idea of having to like court like a car's parent. You know what I mean? Like, dear Ford, I've been seeing your girl for a while now.
Right.
She's been in my dreams. I really want to take her home with me, and I promise she'll be with me for at least 2 years.
I'm a respectable gentleman.
Yes, I've had other cars in the past, unlike your girl, but
Yeah.
of her stature.
She shan't be deflowered.
The dowry
Yes.
will be like Quaker State,
Right.
synthetic oil.
Right.
I'd like to present you with this offering. Yeah, two sold on Bring a Trailer for 1.3
Wow.
this year. One sold today for 1.3. So anyone's 550 is now 1.3, and I don't know how many other investments
That's a
you
pretty
get that kind of
solid,
return on. And this is what I would always tell people, because people think like my family thinks, which is like poor people think. They go, $550,000 for one car? Who's be that foolish?
Yeah.
It's like, that's how poor people, rich
A lot of people
people
are that foolish.
think,
Actually.
well, I'm gonna make $800K on this
Right.
bad boy.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know this documentary was happening, and it didn't happen. Larry David had HBO pull a documentary about his life the night before it was supposed to air on HBO Max. HBO Documentaries tweeted on Monday night that the Larry David story was being postponed. It says, instead, Larry has decided he wants to do it in front of an audience. The film was to feature him being interviewed by his longtime collaborator, director Larry Charles, who we had on a few years ago. As a guest, who was on his show a while back, and he was going to feature clips from his career. The film's trailer was even taken down from YouTube. HBO hasn't made any other comments.
With the tweet, did it go? Bum, 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 bum?
That's
They
a
just
power
zoom in on
move.
it. Yeah.
Right? He has so much control. If he's pulling an entire film on HBO Max literally the night before, he's like, not feeling it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't care. That's F me money.
Oh,
yeah, and he didn't. It's not like he did it because he thought it needs another round of editing. I want to put a little polish on it or
wants to go on
something
the
like
road.
that.
I want to do live.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Christ.
Had no idea it was even a doc that was going to be on HBO. So now you're going to have to buy a ticket, I guess.
It's so funny how unlikely a celebrity he is when you really think about it. And it also just kind of proves everyone thinks love conquers all, but it's really funny kind of conquers all. Like he's actually funny. And so it doesn't really matter what he looks like or how old he is, or he's just funny.
Yeah.
And we'll take it in any form it comes in.
Yeah. It makes me feel better about anti-Semitism in the United States. We can't be that anti-Semitic if everybody loves Seinfeld and Larry David.
Yeah.
Makes,
well, as long
makes
as they
things feel a
stay in
little
their
safer.
lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Comedy.
In the
Jewish
States.
lane.
As long as those Jews stay funny, then
Yeah.
Don't put too much muscle mass on them.
It's like a racist NBA owner, you know what I mean?
Right.
As long as this
Stay
guy's
in your
scoring
lane.
points.
Keep dunking.
I
He's
see.
fine.
And now I feel worse. Okay. Britney Spears has landed a massive publishing deal for her tell-all memoir.
15 or 17?
I think 15. Yes, 15.
how many cars
See,
is
you
that?
guys make fun of me
Half
for
a car.
watching TMZ, but
I know.
No, you know.
taught
It's
us.
way ahead of the Britney Spears
Yeah.
publishing deal.
Simon & Schuster and Spears have secured this deal. The book will provide Spears' account of and commentary of her rise to fame, the music career, the relationship with the family, because because you watch TMZ, the sister put out a book and Britney was pissed.
Yep.
Deal terms were not revealed, but they did say it's worth as much as $15 million. And Spears had a tweet, but then she deleted it, saying, alleged that her dad and former manager tried to kill her. She said, I will sue the
Which former manager?
sue the heck, I guess, out of them. I think they're trying to kill me. I still to this very day believe that's exactly what they were trying to do. Nobody else would have lived through what they did to me. I lived through all of it, and I remember all of it. She's ready to write it down.
But she's so nutty.
Yeah, but she has every reason to be.
Right, but here's the problem with nutty.
Yeah.
Nutty, there's a version of life that actually happens. And then there's the nutty part where you felt like your manager was trying to kill you or your dad was trying to poison you.
Right.
Paranoia
Or
kicks in.
there's a thing. And then that just, when you write your book, that is your version
Yeah.
of what happened.
And that's unfortunate because if she just stuck to the facts, it would be a crazy book.
This is why I only read World War II books, because that shit happened or it didn't fucking happen. It's not, here's how I felt about Normandy.
Right. Hitler,
Yeah.
he said, she said.
Right.
But I mean, that's the thing, like having an IUD put in against your will and going to therapy for 12 hours a day, that's still pretty fucking crazy.
Look, they should talk to that gynecologist for the Southwest Airlines. Want to get away? Like having to put an IUD and an A-lister against their will.
Yeah.
That's a short straw for a gynecologist, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I don't think, when it comes to like strapping someone down and I imagine, how else do you get it in?
If anyone here would know.
I don't have one.
It's which one did she have? Or is
I
there
don't
only
know.
one?
Well, there's the little coil one in the arm, and then there's
Norplant.
one.
Yes.
Look at you.
Oh, I used to say on Loveline all the time that, after 2 a.m., I just went army jeeps driving around with guns mounted on top of them filled with Norplant. Will shoot anyone who's walking around. Like, stop these fucking people from breeding.
Jesus.
Hey, 100% true story.
Yeah.
My mom had Norplant when she was married at age 20 or whatever she was to my dad. Got pregnant with me with the Norplant in.
Really?
Wow.
I'm the chosen one.
You were determined to be
Yes.
here.
The
Good for
poster
you.
child for a Norplan baby.
That's right.
Yeah, the other one goes straight up and in.
Yeah, and
At the source.
it's a weird little like copper spring
It
or
has,
something.
yeah, like it has like a little
yeah.
T.
What's there a Y? Yeah, T.
And
Yeah.
I think it's there just to irritate sperm or something.
Get out of here. Shoo.
It doesn't block. It doesn't
Those shoes.
I'm curious how it works. Is it doesn't block things? It like agitates things.
You know more about it than I
That's
do.
how they make a pearl.
Oh, right. You're right.
The intense
grinding.
pressure,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
They put
yeah.
a grain of sand. That's how you make a cultured pearl.
That's right.
Sure.
Take the clam and just put the oyster and put a little.
Same thing with this.
Something
Put it
to
in the clam.
agitate. Put it in the clam and let it agitate away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like those countries that
I'm not so sure of any of the things I'm talking about, though. You have to.
you sound like a physician.
You have to
Board
look it up.
certified.
Well, it's not. They have the one that's just a cup. It's like basically
Yeah.
it's a trash can liner.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. That's true.
With no
Is he sponge
with no
worthy?
drawstring.
Right.
So be careful walking it out to the dumpster. But
Yeah, don't throw it over
this
your
is,
back.
I don't know. Chris, you tell us
Like a
how.
hobo in his bin.
What's the silence of the science of an IUD?
Ooh, that's painful.
Ew, that looks barbaric.
I think it slowly releases the hormones of the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this just
whatever
says-
whatever hormone.
This
Birth
company,
control.
Paragard, it says Paragard prevents the sperm from reaching and fertilizing the egg and may also prevent implantation. And this thing looks like it comes from another century.
They should. I don't know if they advertise, but they should advertise like they do with roach spray. You know, like you see
Kill
the roaches
sperm
coming,
dead.
and then you see this force field around them, and them running. Pack it up. Like just do that with sperm. You know?
It's like a cum motel. Like,
That's right.
it's like going inside and
The
then like
mucus.
you chuck it at the end of a few
Hey
encounters.
kids, this place looks great.
That's good. Yeah, okay. So I'm glad we all learned almost nothing about that.
Well, is there, Chris? I'll shift it to you, Chris. Just look up the technology of an ID. Now there was.
I thought you were gonna be like, Chris, you have a vagina, so
IUD, not IED.
IUD.
Very
sorry.
different.
One was a little copper thing that like did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Well, that's a copper IUD.
Oh.
It's a T-shaped plastic frame with a copper wire coiled around it. Once inserted into your uterus, the copper IUD works by producing an inflammatory reaction that is toxic to sperm and eggs.
And women.
There was
preventing
right.
There it
pregnancy.
is.
In effect,
Yeah.
the copper ions kill the sperm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a weird one, right?
Yeah, I don't think I would choose that. I haven't
99%
chosen that.
effective.
ooh.
Yeah.
All
What's
right,
Norplant?
You're selling
Let's
me
see
on
how-
it. All
How
right.
lucky we are.
Wait
for-
a second. Plumbing. Do we like copper pipes or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they're okay for our plumbing then.
Oh, copper's the best.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't know
There you
if
go.
that
They
was.
get houses. They re-copper pipe.
okay.
You haven't
old-
seen
old
Moonstruck?
That's right.
Old galvanized stuff.
Okay.
But it does. It's weird. It's like, there's like pellets that kill moths that you put in your closet.
Yeah.
It sort of sounds scientifically like you just shove one up your
Yeah.
machine and it irritates the shit out of everything. And
But if it irritates the shit out of everything, that includes the human being housing the implant, yes?
Collateral
Oh
damage.
my
I
gosh.
got it worked out.
Did you say 99% effective?
Well, let's talk about another nutty chick in her conservatorship. And we actually haven't heard from her in a while. Amanda Bynes taking a page from Britney Spears, and she wants her conservatorship to end. The former child star has had someone else, her mother, handling her affairs since 2013. That followed this tumultuous period where she had multiple mental health breaks, even doused her dog with gasoline, according to TMZ. She was temporarily committed to a psych facility and has been under the conservatorship since then. She's mostly stayed out of the public eye. She earned a degree from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, FIDM, and started launching a designer career.
Wait,
However,
is FIDM the acronym?
yeah, FIDM. FIDM.
That's perfect.
Yeah. However, a judge recently signed off on extending her conservatorship at least until next year.
I don't look. I wish her well, but I don't need her. You know what I mean?
She wasn't Hannah Montana. She was the other one.
I kind of like I needed Norm Macdonald
Loosey-goosey.
around. I don't need Amanda Bynes.
Right.
I
Something,
should have.
please. Was it Amanda, please? It
Amanda.
was something, please.
Yeah. Well, I
she-
guess we're proving it.
The Amanda show?
Chris, you should know this.
Didn't she do that thing where she went to England? Wasn't that her? That movie?
The British soccer movie?
Oh, yeah, she was a princess or something.
Yes.
Oh, there was an Amanda show.
You're thinking of
That's
Keira Knightley, maybe, but Amanda Bynes was in She's the Man, where she pretended to be a guy.
She joined the soccer team.
Oh, she-
Reverse ladybugs, baby.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, does not hold up. I watched half hour of it
Oh,
the other
did you?
night. Yeah.
Oh.
Does not hold up.
Sorry to hear that.
But she wasn't the one. There wasn't one where she went to Buckingham Palace and
Yes.
became something. Or is that
She was a
this the one?
princess or something.
Oh, what a girl
American-
wants.
What a girl wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it
Couldn't
is.
tell you.
Her
Not my
dad
genre.
was something and she
Yeah.
was something. Or
Norplant releases synthetic hormone preventing conception for up to 5 years.
Wow.
not so much, it
See,
turns
it's
out.
a one-stop shop. I think that's why it's attractive to some people. It's just
Sure.
like for 5 years you're freaking set. So many loads.
Or
just-
not. My mom you're talking about, you
low.
son of a bitch.
But is it like a timing belt where they say it's good for 100,000, but
Yeah.
it could pop at 65? 125, and it could
How's
make it
the
to
tread?
150 too.
Yeah.
You're
If
looking
you
at-
look closely on the inside, there's actually a Sharpie that's written how many times you can have sex
On your
before it
forehead.
comes. Yeah.
You're looking to live in proof, buddy.
That shit
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Do you think it expired though?
No, she was 21.
Dude, your dad must have just been gone.
My Italian grandfather would not have gone for an IUD, so she got it when she was married.
Wow.
At age 20.
Wow.
My mom was very young.
Wow.
I didn't know Norplant had been around that long.
No.
Now, I always wonder, could you see it? Like, could
I thought it was in her wrist, but I'm not
okay.
100% sure about that.
Yeah, don't look at me. I'm not down.
Yeah, like
for these
somebody's wearing a
procedures.
T-shirt and there's just like this giant bump over. It's like,
open for
whoa.
business?
She's
Yeah.
ready to get dumped in.
Well,
My mom,
Let's
you
do
son of a
this.
bitch.
Yeah, dude. 20-year-old mom was slooting around. Then you
Oh
showed
my
up, dude.
God.
it's
We're
really
gonna have it
the
out in the fucking parking lot.
it's the vaginal version of the tongue stud.
Right,
Like
right.
someone's getting blown.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You see that?
I don't like the way this
Does your
conversation
mom
is
have a
going.
stud in her tongue?
No, as a matter of fact, she did not.
Dude, your mom sounds hot, dude.
She is a very fetching lady.
Subdermal implants for Norplant introduced in 1990.
It may not have been Norplant brand
Right.
name, but it was
Subdermal something. Where would they put them, Chris? Was it upper arm?
This is upper arm, yeah.
Yeah.
The kind of bicep area.
I knew it.
Yeah.
So look, like
Where
back
you
when the greasers would take the pack of cigarettes and roll them up in their sleeve. That's
Yeah.
the chick version of
Hey,
that.
is that?
Hey,
what
Frenchie,
I think it is?
come over here.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Pinky
Rhymes with
Tuscadero.
Norplant. All right, let's bring it home, Gina.
You
Grad.
got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Hey, it's Carl.
Yep.
Gina. That was the news with Gina Grad.
I'm going to be doing stand-up at the Genesee Theater March 10th at Waukegan, Illinois. Then I think me and Gina are going to Kansas City, Missouri Comedy
Oh, my
Club in
God.
Kansas
Studio's gonna
City.
be cold.
Where Jeremiah shot his special. That'll be March 10th and 11th. And speaking of Jeremiah, it's got a podcast, Scissor Bros and Jeremiah Wonders. And the special is Family Reunion, available on YouTube, and you can check it out for free. So support our man, Jeremiah Watkins. And until next time, Santa Crow for Jeremiah Watkins and Gina Grad and Bull Bryan saying, Mahala. Live, you're on the air, on the house. Give me your home improvement question, your home fix-it question. I'd love to answer it for you. Okay, who is this? You. Okay, I've been doing this for 10 years.
Okay, you.
Okay. 9-year-old. Sometimes people just call and go, fuck, until they hung up on them.